Hey everyone, welcome! So, if you're gearing up for India's toughest competitive exams, you already know just how overwhelming the prep can be, right? Well, today, we're diving into a full explainer of the free path. It's basically this comprehensive, totally cost-free blueprint that's designed to help you completely master physics for both the IIT JEE and NEET. We're going to break down the exact methodology, the books you absolutely need, and those daily rhythms you have to build to succeed. And it's all based directly on the program's foundational roadmap notes. Let's get right into it.
Okay, so establishing the core mission right out of the gate is super vital. The free path is built on a simple but honestly incredibly powerful premise. It provides a highly structured methodology equipped with literally all the materials and videos you need to conquer the entire physics syllabus. There's absolutely no paywall here, guys. The ultimate goal is total mastery, and it's backed entirely by 100% free materials and 100% free videos.
Now, the strategic approach they take here is brilliantly simple. One intense focus, which is physics, branching out into two very distinct targets. So whether you're on the engineering track, aiming for IIT JEE, or you're on the medical track for NEET, this blueprint serves as your central hub. It basically takes that massive, intimidating subject of physics and channels it precisely where you need it to go.
To break that down just a bit further for you, while the core concepts of physics obviously stay the same, the specific needs, the question patterns, and the depth required for the engineering versus medical tracks definitely differ. The free path provides specific syllabus coverage and reference breakdowns tailored exactly for the JEE versus the NEET. And honestly, this should be a massive relief. You aren't just blindly studying physics hoping for the best, you're learning exactly how to apply it to beat your specific exam, which means you aren't wasting a single hour on the wrong material.
So here's our agenda for today's explainer. Number 1, the free path mission. 2, foundation of standard books. 3, daily practice and application. 4, weekly evaluation and rhythm. And finally, 5, the complete learning ecosystem.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the free path mission, setting the target. This quote you're seeing is actually drawn straight from the handwritten founding notes of the program, and it just perfectly captures their absolute commitment to accessible education. It says, all the materials and videos, free. Physics, our main target. I love that because it just strips away all the noise. By completely eliminating those financial barriers, your only required investment now is your time, your focus, and just relentless effort.
Moving right along to Section 2, Foundation of Standard Books. The gold standard.
Okay, so to truly understand the mechanics of the universe and crack these exams, you're going to have to rely on the standard books. Specifically, the roadmap highlights H.C. Verma, I.E. Irodov, and Resnick Halliday. Now, if you've ever opened any of these books, you know they can induce, well, some minor panic attacks. But look, they are the undisputed trial-by-fire resources that have literally forged top rankers for decades.
So, you might be wondering, which of these tools do you actually need? Well, if your focus is the JEE, you're going to be utilizing all three: H.C. Verma, I.E. Irodov for that really extreme problem-solving rigor, and Resnick Halliday. But if your focus is NEET, your path is actually a bit more streamlined. You'll tackle Verma and Halliday, but you get to completely bypass Irodov. So it's all about maximum efficiency for your specific goal.
That brings us to Section 3, Daily Practice and Application, the grind.
Here's the harsh truth. You can't just casually read standard books and expect to pass. It doesn't work that way. Think of your learning process like a giant mechanical funnel. You take those raw concepts in at the top, and you ruthlessly filter them through daily practice problems. The standard books give you the raw material. Your daily practice processes all of that, and the ultimate output down at the bottom, that is absolute mastery over past year problems.
It really is a strict, step-by-step sequence. Step 1, you input the core concepts from your standard books. Step 2, you process them immediately by solving your daily practice problems. And Step 3, that ultimately outputs absolute mastery. If you just repeat this daily, success pretty much becomes inevitable.
All right, Section 4, Weekly Evaluation and Rhythm, the sine wave.
Now, the source material introduces this really fascinating concept called the rhythm of selection. I want you to think of your week as a sine wave. Along the curve of the wave, you have your continuous daily dots. That's you watching video lessons and knocking out practice problems day in and day out. But right at the peak of that wave, you hit a rigid block, the weekly test. This is a rigorous evaluation using actual past year IIT JEE and NEET questions to test exactly where you stand at that given moment. So the loop is super clear, and yeah, it demands a lot of discipline. You watch your daily video lessons,
You solve your daily practice problems, or DPPs, you take your weekly tests, and you evaluate everything using past year questions. Consistency here is absolutely non-negotiable. Seriously, you just can't skip the daily inputs and expect to survive that weekly peak. It just won't happen.
And that leads us to our final section, Section 5, the Complete Learning Ecosystem Macro Vision.
Now, this is a fantastic and honestly super often overlooked component of exam prep that's highlighted in the roadmap, the monthly horizon. The free path explicitly instructs you to take one day, just one day every single month, to look beyond the exam itself. You actually step away from the daily problems to explore deep research opportunities and discover long-term career paths in physics and science. And guys, this isn't a distraction at all. It's a strategic pause. It's there to prevent burnout and to refuel your motivation so you can keep grinding through the really tough weeks ahead.
And that brings us to the entire ecosystem, which connects perfectly together, kind of like gears in a giant machine. Think about it. The small, fast-spinning gear of your daily concepts and practice, that drives the medium gear of your weekly past year tests. And then, that weekly gear slowly, steadily turns the massive long-term gear of your monthly career and research vision. Literally everything you need to crack the JEE or NEET is engineered right into this one continuous loop. But remember, missing even a single daily practice problem, it's exactly like having a broken tooth in that gear system. It disrupts the whole shebang.
So, the path is completely laid out for you, it's entirely free, it's meticulously structured, and it relies on the absolute greatest standard books out there. To officially lock yourself into this continuous daily, weekly, and monthly loop, all you need to do to get started is hit subscribe.
I'm going to leave you with this one final thought for today's explainer. The system is perfectly engineered, and the financial barriers have been 100% removed. So the only variable left in this equation? It's your work ethic. Are you actually ready to commit your focus to the gears of this machine and let the blueprint do the rest? The standard books are waiting. Let's find out what you're made of.